Podcast again, and today, guys, I'm here to do another anime review, and my review is to Attack on Titan Season 2, Episode 10, guys. So let's get into it. So, guys, in this episode of Attack on Titan Season 2, Episode 10, I got to say this. Yumi, we got backstory of Yumi's past. First up, she's older than she looks. Because she has been around for over 60 years. And she doesn't look old at all. She looks teenager or young adult. And she's been around for 60 years. So it looks like, what am I about being a fucking Titan? Well, having the bloodline of a Titan, it seems like you can have immortality. You have some form of immortality. Now, with this outcome of immortality, they're able to stay young and live for a long time. Now, this is when this is the time where Titans, during this time, when she was young, she was a complete orphan. Soon later, she gets taken away by these two men and brings them to a location where she somehow becomes the queen or the king, of a nation, you could say. Of people, pretty much. And it's been said that she has the blood of the king running through her veins. The blood of the king. What king? This is the thing. The blood of the king. King of what? And the thing is, and things are being someone supposed to be the descendant of this king guy, or the blood of the king running through her, she was being worshipped as a deity, or as a god, or something like that, to people, and they respect her, and they're trying to be nice to her, bring her up, and, make her a holy deity. Now, during her older years, during her, young adult years, these men from outside the village, or this nation, came around and pretty much put everyone in slavery, or conquered, you could say, their nation. And they pretty much put all the higher-ups, and Yumi herself, into some form of exile, or execution sort of situation? I don't believe it's for... This is the thing. It seems like they were scared. Because if you notice, when one of Yumi's followers was getting thrown down from the wall they were on, lightning of form of transformation happened when she got thrown down, and they were her face was frightened. All of them were frightened. They were screaming out of turn to Titans. So that means, back in the past, maybe getting forced to turn into a Titan was a bad thing. Forced transformation. Forced Titan transformation. Maybe back then, people knew they could turn into Titans, or maybe when this drug was, or maybe, like I said, it was a drug or something that turned into a Titan. And maybe back then, the ability to turn, the drug itself wasn't complete, or wasn't fully successful. Because of that, maybe when someone had it, when they go Titan, they go berserk. They won't be able to control themselves. And also we found out one thing. Titans don't see... humans are Titans, don't seem to remember the people they're eaten. They forget them. They actually forget them. They don't remember who they're eaten when they're as a Titan. That means, in some way, shape, or form, they're slightly mad. we're in Titan form, they are mad. Like, it's quite obvious we know that when Eren transformed to Titan, he didn't always have full control. He does go berserk. That means, of course, there's gonna be there's gonna be something with his memory he will forget. That means Eren doesn't fall Eren doesn't fall remember like every time he's in the Titan form. Reiner, Boltoro, and of course Yumi, and take it Annie as well, they don't fully remember everything they do when they're in a Titan form. Like, even especially people that get eaten, because we now know that Yumi was definitely the one who eaten Reiner and Boltoro's friend. They're definitely the ones, and Annie was there as well, so you already knew Annie was there at that point as well. But they do know that she was the one that eaten his friend. But then she does, I don't remember, like, she slightly remembers, but again, she doesn't fully remember eating him, even though she understands that she more likely did. Now, this is like 60 years after. This happened 60 years after. That means, during this exile, she was a Titan. A full Titan. So this transformation she was in, you can say it was a curse, or some form of exile or execution sentence she's been given. A forced Titan transformation, she's to live for a Titan for a long period of time. And she can turn back to human, maybe. I don't know. There's something about the Titan transformation was used as a punishment, because I think it was quite obvious that when they see someone, like, back then, they see someone turn into this massive, giant-looking, like, creature. I think it's going to be quite obvious that if it's a giant eating human creature, why would they do that? And why did they not arm themselves? Well, they arm themselves, but why did they not think about the consequences of doing that? Like, the consequences. Like, it's quite obvious that, like, these are, like, trained mercenaries. Like, trained, and they got, like, guns. They got guns, guys. Guns! That means attack, and don't forget, Attack on Titan. These guns, by the way, like, they're a bit more high-tech than the ones we know from Attack on Titan right now. These guns look a bit more modern. And this was 60 years ago. So there's a slight possibility that Attack on Titan we're seeing now is a possible future, like, future prediction. But pretty much, those trained mercenaries and guys were definitely, they definitely knew these guys would turn into Titans. These guys definitely knew, because it was a sentence. It was a sentence and punishment. They got turned to Titans and thrown off the wall. And I don't know why. Like, the Titan transfer was some form of sentence back in the day? I don't know. But Yumi, she is over 60 years old. And it seems like, during this sort of, like, depression she gone through, she put herself to sleep in Titan form for, like I said, over 60 years. That means the ground was crumbling over her. Then, till one day, she got woken up by Reiner, Boltoro, and Annie and their friend that she ended up eating. That was the day that she awoken. And then, after they ran away those times, and she was back in human form, it was night, and she noticed the bright sky. And she realized it's been 60 years. And for most of the time, she's been lying to herself. Before then, she'd been lying to herself. And she decides I'm no longer be lying to myself. I want to be free. I want to do everything I want. And that's when she starts stealing food and stuff, so she can survive. But then one day she hears about Christy, and then this is when Christy comes in. Christy, we all know, Yumi, she deeply cares about Christy. Like, she deeply cares about Christy, because it seems like Christy is going through the same similar thing. Well, maybe not full similar, but something about her that Christy, like, Yumi sees similar in her with Christy. She's lying to herself, or something that's going on in her past. Like, she sensed that through Yumi, and she wants to, like, be friends, protect her, and of course, it looks like she has some feelings to her. she can't, and she doesn't want to. And it looks like Rhino and Boltoro need Christy. They both need Christy, so they made a deal that and she had to force this deal because she threatened them to attack them and make sure they go back to the scouts and everything if they don't bring Yumi along with them. Like, Yumi, if they don't bring Christy along with them. Looks like she will join, she decides to join them once they decide, okay, we'll go for your plan, you go and get Christy, bring her back, and Ryan returns to, our time form, and they can run out to pretty much run away from the scouts. And that was pretty much what they're planning on doing. Now, Christy, I'm still unsure about. Like, allied to the humans or not? She's doing it because of Christy. We know she's completely doing it for Christy. But she definitely and it looks like she wants the best for Christy. So, right now she thinks, like, being with Rhino and Boltoro might be the best for Christy. No, like, again, she's been alive for over 60 years. She's been alive for over 60 years. That means, of course, to the current Titans, Rhino, Boltoro, and Annie, and, like, all the current Titans of who can turn into humans right now, who are from a different place. From a different place. I don't want to spoil what it is for anybody who don't know where Titans come from. Because I found out where they come from. I got spoiled about that. Quite a while ago, actually, I don't know. But I got spoiled about that, where they come from. But they do. So, pretty much, right now, Yumi doesn't know what these guys are doing. Like, what these Titans are doing. What they are planning on doing. Yumi doesn't know. So, we definitely know Yumi has definitely no connection. Like, the only connection she has, that she can turn to a Titan. And she's part of the ancient people. Like, part of the, well, maybe not ancient age, but, part of the older people that were around when Titans first came around. Like, humans got into chaos. She was the first few humans who got turned to a Titan. But we now know it looks like out from a force, or from exile, from an execution sentence. We definitely know it's because something like that was the reason. Now, that means, what is the current goal for these modern day Titans? Not all Titans, that means not including Yumi, Rhino, Boltoro, and Annie, and the rest of those other Titans from this time right now. What is their current goal? That's the only question I'm coming up with. We definitely know Yumi, Christy. She's living for Christy. But we definitely don't know right now what Rhino, Boltoro, and Annie, like, Annie's not here yet. We definitely know she's going to come back in the series. But we don't know what they're trying to do. But there's definitely something they are planning on doing. And overall, it ends with the episode pretty much the scouts chasing after the armor tire along with Yumi and Boltoro running on his back. And yeah, it's with Aaron, of course, on Boltoro's back and running away from the scouts. And yeah, that's really all got to say. Animation quality, obviously, fucking fantastic. But we're glad I got backstory on Yumi. More backstory on Yumi, that is good. But gotta say, but again, she's definitely has no idea what these Titans, she doesn't have the full idea of what these Titans are doing. Like, she has no idea what Rhino and Boltoro are fully doing. Because, of course, she's from the past. She's not a present day Titan. She is present day, but yet again, she, was from the past and she was asleep for goddamn 60 years. And there's going to be a lot of change during those 60 years. So that means, of course, she won't know, of course, the goals what these Titans are planning on doing. But overall, that's all I've got to say about this episode. Anyway, guys, that's my anime review to Attack on Titan Season 2, Episode 10, guys. Hope you guys like it. Go to advance today. If you guys have something else, just down below. Match that, and yeah. Hope you guys like it. Comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys later. Bye, guys! Wow.